But we start with Hannah McKenzie and the story of one woman who watched as her husband was swept away in floodwaters.
This is as close as we could get to Laurel Bank Campground, one of the hardest hit areas in Haywood County. We're less than half a mile away, and crews are still actively searching for at least a dozen people still missing. And tonight we are putting a name to one of those numbers. Canton, Clyde, and Crusoe devastated by floodwater. The Haywood County Sheriff's Office confirming 2 people are dead, their identities not yet released. 20 others still unaccounted for. Donna Krolak's husband, 74-year-old John Krolak, is one of them.
He's just my everything.
The retired police officer, known to his friends as Jack, was trying to find higher ground after the pair got the emergency alert to evacuate their Laurel Bank campsite.
The water was already there. It was like that. The water was there.
Within minutes, Donna says the water rose several feet.
We were basically on an island. We had no place to go.
Desperately searching for an escape route, Donna says Jack got out of the vehicle.
Water was only up to maybe his ankles. He got out of the passenger side, went to the back. By the time he got back to the passenger door, the water was already up to almost his thighs, almost to his waist. He couldn't get back in.
Jack clinging to the side of the car as water rushed past him.
And a camper from the other end came down, and it still had part of the porch attached, and the part of the porch hit him in the head and drug him back off the car, and that's the last I saw of him.
Swept away by the raging current right in front of her.
I asked him not to leave me. I begged him not to leave me.
Donna now alone with their boxer Yanni.
Then my car started lifting up and it got swept away as well. And it went back and it got wedged against a tree on the passenger side. And then debris and water kept coming and hitting the driver's side and going up over the windshield.
Pinned inside for about 3 hours, Donna and Yanni finally able to crawl out of the back hatch and walk to safety. It wasn't until the next day rescue crews were able to get to them.
Give Mommy a kiss.
She and Yanni now staying with friends. Her thoughts, though, solely on her husband of 25 years.
Minute by minute, we're just waiting to hear from somebody that, something. Obviously, my hope is that they will find him alive. But as time goes on, I've almost resigned myself to the fact that this is more of a recovery and not a rescue. It's hard. I think that's the hardest part, is not knowing.
Donna tells me she and Jack have been camping at Laurel Bank for the last 4 years, and their neighbors are more like family members. She tells me at least 3 others at the campground are also still missing.
And we're also getting new pictures and video of damage in Buncombe and Yancey County.
News 13's Andrew James continues our team coverage in Reems Creek.
People in western North Carolina are still feeling the impacts from the rain and flooding. People here in Reems Creek tell me they were afraid this bridge would wash out. This video shows the rushing water near Blackberry Inn Road in Reems Creek. This is just in front of Andy Fife's house. He moved in about a month ago.
So we came out, the water was just rushing over the bridge. You couldn't even tell the difference between the bridge, the road.
He sent us these pictures showing standing water in the basement, that water eventually covering the road and spilling into the church parking lot across the street. He's surprised the bridge is still standing.
Yeah, I heard that the bridge wiped out maybe 4 years ago or so that's why we brought the cars across, because we thought we might be stranded over here.
We heard 3 loud pops, and then there it went into the water.
A different story on Old Bee Tree Road in Swannanoa. This bridge did not make it through the flood.
Oh, it was terrifying. I was losing my mind for a little bit, that's for sure.
Cameron Bryant tells me the water was knee-deep in his backyard, damaging his storage sheds and leaving a thick layer of mud covering the grass. He watched as the bridge came crashing down.
And we've had water in the yard before, but I've never had it actually touch the trailer. and we've lived here close to 12 years.
Some people are now stranded on the other side of the road. We saw a couple come down to fill up buckets of water as they wait for the bridge to be repaired.
The whole bridge gone.
And in Yancey County, another bridge washout on Ewart Wilson Road. This video sent in by WLOS viewer Casey Ledford. Yancey County Emergency Services says a preliminary damage assessment will happen next week. And this is some of the type of debris that you can still see left over from the flooding. Buncombe County has now set up an emergency services call center. It can connect you to state and federal resources. We have that number posted on our website, WLOS.com.
Buncombe County is back under a mask mandate, except for the towns of Black Mountain and Biltmore Forest.
News 13's Anjali Patel is asking leaders there why they're holding off on joining the county's mask mandate.
Black Mountain is one of just 2 municipalities in Buncombe County where masks are not required right now, but the mayor says that could change as soon as Friday.
I'd probably rather not see a mandate. I think it's hard to kind of, you kind of promise people you wear masks for a year, you get your shots, and then you can go back to normal life. I think it's going to be real hard to convince everybody to start putting masks on.
That fatigue, one of the reasons why the mayor of Black Mountain opted out of the mask mandate Buncombe County commissioners passed Wednesday.
We all have to be sensitive to the fact that people are just very tired.
Now we're waiting to hear back from leaders in Biltmore Forest, which also did not join the county's mandate. The Black Mountain mayor says the mandate has no official enforcement, which puts the burden on business owners, a job one boutique manager does not want.
I think it should be up to the individual.
And with more customers at Black Mountain businesses already wearing masks on their own, the mayor says he's not so sure a mandate would make much of a difference.
It's just my personal preference and my opinion that we're just as effective if we encourage vaccinations, number one, and with face coverings, recommend them, but I don't know that requiring them moves the needle that terribly much.
Do you feel that, those recommendations are strong enough to stop the surge that we're seeing right now?
It's arguable that they're not. It's arguable that they might be. It's just really hard to peg what the best direction is.
He says he's not opposed to a mandate, though. He wanted to get input from citizens and council members first. Council's next meeting is on Friday at 4 o'clock.
The feedback I'm getting via email from our town citizens is frankly, it's overwhelmingly in favor of a mask mandate.
And based on that input, he believes council will likely vote to bring the mandate back to Black Mountain. Right now, masks are required in all publicly accessible facilities in unincorporated Buncombe County, Asheville, Montreat, Woodfin, and Weaverville.